Okay. Hmm, water. Okay. All right, you guys, I decided to get in here a little early, mainly because when I do lives and webinars, and this is supposed to just be a casual thing, but when I do them, casual or not, things can kind of go awry for me. And we don't have any Wi-Fi right now. Can you imagine self-quarantined and no Wi-Fi? So it's been a little rough. I definitely hit my max of unlimited data and had to beg Verizon to give me some more so I could do this right now. But that's why I'm in here a little bit early. Just want to make sure it worked. I love that you guys are joining me. Thank you so much. I know it's such a strange time. And I know some of you have a lot of time and a lot of you don't. Maybe you're an essential worker. Maybe you're a mom with a bunch of like little ones running around the house that you're totally in charge of in this crazy time. So I know all of us, I'm finding like we all have really different things going on, really different day-to-day scenarios. And so I just appreciate that you're here. If you're joining me, the information I'm going to give is going to start getting more and more specific towards the end. I waited some time to do this because I've been talking to different mentors, to different photographers out there to see what they're doing. I've been collecting as much data as possible so that I could accurately and efficiently give you what I think are kind of some of the top things you should be doing right now. And why, right? And why? That's the big thing of it. If you've been following my story, you might have known my studio's in San Diego. I live in Nashville, dating a country singer. Life's not bad right now, I'm not gonna lie. But my gosh. So a tornado hit our apartment in downtown Nashville. Didn't even know it was happening. I was editing. I never stay up past midnight working, and I just happened to be that night. I was wearing my noise cancellation headphones, editing a video, and all of a sudden it sounded like the windows were gonna break, and they did. And ran into the bathroom, took cover, and the ceiling cracked, water was pouring in. It was crazy. We're on the 5th floor of a gorgeous apartment in downtown Nashville. We're alive though. That's what matters. We are alive. But it took a lot of time to just find a home that I think was not weird and to move into. So it's been crazy. And then that was intense enough. Then the COVID stuff and my studio being in San Diego, having to cancel the shoots, not being able to go back there. I know all of you are in a similar boat. I'm gonna stop prattling on about this because we all have stories right now. We're all going through something challenging right now, right? So I don't think that my story's that different than yours, probably, in all honesty. I had a literal tornado. You might be going through a figurative tornado, but we're all dealing with stuff. So that's why I wanted to come here and just kind of realign, I think. I've talked to a lot of photographers. Some are having cash flow issues. Some have another income they can rely on. Some are in between. Some are just confused. Some just want a plan and a direction. And that is my hope. It is my greatest joy to have this community of photographers that I call my friends, and to just have ideas and be able to like have all these different people that I can reach out to and talk to and pick their brain and then come together and kind of tell you what I've learned, right? So with that said, I have to talk about our mindset, because this is a hard time to have a good mindset, like, and to be clear-headed and to create a plan, right? How do you create a plan when you don't know what the hell is going on? So I think that's the first thing to address. We don't have control over what's going to happen when we can start shooting. And you know what? I'm okay with that, because I believe that this is a time for us to learn, a time for us to grow, a time for us to reprioritize different things in our lives. And there's a lot of pain going on in this world, and I'm not acknowledging that. That's very heavy. But at the same time, I want to come out of this stronger and having learned a beautiful lesson and grown from all of this. And I think it's okay for me to want to do that personally, and for my business to do that as well, right? Another thing is I have faith that we're going to get through this. this country, this world has gotten through a lot of crazy things in the past, and we're unified on this thing. This is something that we're unified in, and that we are all working together. We're staying home. We're doing what we need to do. It's a beautiful thing, right? We care about the people in this world, and we want to make sure that we're protecting the most vulnerable, right? So I'm just proud of us as a world. Wow, I'm getting like kind of emotional about this. This is not what this live is about. This is about practical business stuff. But anyhow, that's where I'm going right now. But I have faith that we're going to get through this. And for me, there is no reason to just sit on my hands and do nothing. Right now, I think that we need to, I have a purpose and I have a mission, and I'm not going to let my big dream die because of what's happening right now. I'm going to consider this my time to regroup, to work on a bunch of things, and to follow through on this plan that we've put together that I'm so excited about and I'm going to share with you guys. I know that, so here's the thing, you guys. We're going to come back. We don't know when, but there's going to be a surge. Everybody's going to be online at the same time. All the businesses are going to open at the same time. I want to be at the forefront of my potential clients or my clients' minds when that happens. So when they are ready to live life again, and they're going to be so excited to go out and live life again, that I'm there primed and ready to take care of them, right? And that I also want to give value during this time. It's a weird time, right? And I want to be a light and give joy and do things that create value for my client, whether that's having them look forward to booking me in the future or giving them little fun things to do right now that I'm going to talk about. I got a bunch of ideas from other photographers of things that people are doing. Plus, I think that we are stronger together, photographers. We are so much stronger together, and we can unify together, and we can create a movement together. And I'm going to talk about that as well, because I'm pumped about this idea. I think it's going to be a beautiful thing for all of us. It's just going to be fun to engage together and also simultaneously create that momentum, that growth for our business. So it'll be good. Okay, I gotta turn off the AC. Hang on a second, I'll be right back. It's loud. All right, AC off. Not loud anymore. I know that for some of you, this is a strange time. For some of you, this is a very difficult time. And for some of you, this is the hardest season of your life. And I honor that. I'm not pretending that that's not a real thing. When it comes to the stuff that we're going to implement and that we're going to do together, I think it should be fun. I think that the plan that we create, it's not a heavy one, it's an easy one. It's all the things that we've been wanting to do for our business and haven't been able to focus on. So I think we should enter a season of focus right now and do these things. All the things I'm going to talk about, should you do them all? Heck no. You should pluck out 1, 2, or 3 or 4 and do them and enjoy them. And again, mindset is so important. So I don't care if your kids are running around you in a circle and you just have your headphones on and you are just breathing. Just take 5 minutes for yourself to listen to a meditation or a song that you love, or just move your body or just breathe. You guys, the power of your breath is amazing. It's a big thing. And I'm going to be giving you something where you can access an exercise that I've done for a lot of my members in Marissa's world. So you're going to have access to that. Okay. So let's get to work here. I'm excited. I'm glad you guys are here. I want to thank all the essential workers that are still running their business, still want business growth, and also out there doing their 9-to-5 job. I appreciate you guys so much, especially if you are a healthcare worker. Oh my God, what would we do without you? You guys are heroes. I think we all listening right now are just like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so new chapter. Let's go into what my studio is doing. And I'm going to go into some practical tips after that. And then I'm going to go into some amazing resources that I have for you guys that are they're a must do. They're easy, they're a must do, and you can download them. Okay, so here we go. You guys, I have back here, you can see, I have my whiteboard back there. That way? Yeah, that way. It's weird when it's backwards. Let's see what this can you. And you know, I always have like tech issues, you guys. Oh, my computer's bouncing. Sorry. Whoops. I always have tech issues when it comes to shit like this. Oops, stuff like this. Sorry if your kids are around. So I have two things going. So if you see my eyes bouncing, it's because I'm recording at two places, because if you've been around for my lives before, you know why. You know why. Okay, so that's the whiteboard. I'm gonna pull the whiteboard up for you. Let me share my screen real quick, just so you can see what I'm talking about. Why am I singing? I don't know. Okay, so here's just an ugly picture of my whiteboard, but it's so we can talk about stuff together, okay? And you kind of know what I'm saying. So you see it. I'm gonna stop the share because I don't want you to read ahead. Ha! Okay, so the first thing that we are going to do as my studio, and we've talked through this again, I talked to mentors, I talked to my team. My team is freaking amazing. And not only that, but I have friends that are just like so business savvy, and they sit in on the team meetings because they're awesome and they want to help. It's just makes me happy. Okay, so I do want to say something first. We are still booking. We're taking normal bookings. Are we doing them right now? No. We're booking and setting up times for late April. We're getting them on the calendar. We might have to reschedule them. We have an outrageously strict rescheduling policy. This outrageously strict rescheduling policy allows us as portrait photographers to not have to charge that much, because especially with boudoir, people want to reschedule. Girl gets her period, I want to reschedule. And it was happening all the time. And we hate to be hard on this stuff, but I'm flying to San Diego for this now. And so we just had to be strict about it. Obviously, with what's happening now in the world, we have relaxed that policy. And we're letting people know that. So if they want to book for late April, it's okay. If this is still happening, we're going to keep rescheduling, right? Another thing is, okay, so that's happening, and we're doing a lot more. So the next thing is, and I start talking with my hands a lot when I'm on video. I don't feel nervous, but I must be, because my hands start doing all of these things. It's just what happens, you know, if you watch my videos. Here I go. Let me organize my thoughts. How to explain this? So how to explain this in the right way? Let me get this going right. So I have a team who I love, and they are contract employees right now because I live in Nashville and we're not doing like full-time like we used to. I did that for a lot of reasons. As a California business owner, you might know what I'm talking about when it comes to payroll tax. It's rough. With that said, I did not want to, I wanted to be able to have a cash flow so I can keep getting them projects that I'm going to talk about, projects that you can do if you have a team and you have cash flow, you can have them doing. So my hope with this was to make sure that we had projects we could be working on with a cash flow coming in, so I wasn't dipping into savings, paying their salary, which luckily I have planned for that, but it hurts to do that, right? That's not what I want to be doing right now. So we're going to create a cash flow so that I could keep my team doing things. Now, maybe you don't have a team, but you want the cash flow yourself too. And of course I do too. Who am I kidding? So with that said, one of the things, the first thing we did, because of cash flow, so there's different people listening right now. There's people that cash flow is a priority because they're like, oh, yikes. And then there's people like, oh, there's second income in the house. I can skate through this, but I still want my business to have momentum, right? If you are a cash flow priority person, this one's for you. What we did is we went into our past Pixie galleries and we reopened them and we resent them to our clients with a message saying that we are opening up. You can get all your digitals for, you guys ready for this? $95. Usually it's $150 a production. Now this is a rare exception and treat for them, but it is, again, cash flow is a priority for us right now. We're a small business, cash flow is a priority, and I want my team to feel comfortable and that not much has changed, right? And I think our clients understand that. Would we normally give such a sale on digital files? No, but it's a different time, right? And I don't think it's okay to be honest and be a little bit vulnerable right now. Now, wording is important. It's not like, oh my God, we're having this sale because of COVID. There's no mention of COVID. It's in this strange time, we want to bring you some joy right now, so we have this treat for you. be sure to be using beautiful verbiage, happy verbiage when you're doing these marketing things. Don't use like pandemic words. Don't say like order or ban, or we called it the stay-at-home assignment. Like, it matters, because when somebody, and I learned this in Imaging USA, is that her name? Shoot. Anyways, if you watch my Imaging USA episode on Marissa's World, you know what I'm talking about. But if you use negative words, it doesn't matter if you're talking about something else, they associate it to you and your business and your brand, right? So you have to be very careful about that. So we opened up past galleries. Not only did we do that and say, hey, get all of, unedited, of course, all of your images for $95, but also, and this is past clients, so it's a secret past client deal, we have reopened our big Black Friday sale to them, meaning they don't have to book until they have 3 months to book until the stay at home assignment is lifted, right? So, yeah, so this is great. What this is going to do is and if you know about our Black Friday sale from Marissa's World, you know that it is a 3 payment thing. So we're going to have the cash flow coming in, and then when this is all lifted, we'll have the bookings, right? And our calendar will be full. And that is a godsend, honestly, right now. Now, there is a way that we do a Black Friday sale. It is not your typical sale. We have a formula for it. And in fact, I'm really proud of this formula. So I'm going to share my screen again, because this just makes me feel so happy. Okay, so it says, and I love this, I want to thank you for the Black Friday training. Oh, that didn't work. Black Friday training. I made 4 times more than I ever made on a Black Friday. And this is the testimonial, you guys, that we got so much. I mean, we got it so much. There's another one up here, another girl. This is Ashley. She says 4 times too, like, which is funny, because I said, hey, I think you can do this and make 4 times, because that's what we made when we started implementing this. And I just love that this formula worked. And so that's really cool. Okay, so come back now. So there's a very special way that we do this. So there's definitely a formula to this. I don't want you to just launch a sale and maybe get a couple hits and be like, oh man, I did all that work. No, if you're gonna do it right. Okay, so follow this formula. We've got it at the end of this, you guys, $9. $9. It's usually 50. My purpose and passion in life is this community, is boudoir photography, is empowering women, all the shift that's happening in the world where women just feel alive and like, I mean, I wish I could think of a better word than empower. I'm sure I will later after this, but you know what I'm saying, right? Like, there is a movement about feeling good in your own skin and feeling alive and feeling empowered and having freedom. And we could have been a part of that as boudoir photographers, right? So this is my ultimate mission, is to get this stuff in your hands so that you can empower as many women or men. I'm not empower human beings. I think it's just a beautiful thing. And I think the shift in our culture and our country and the world is just freaking amazing. And I feel like we're a part of it as a group. So you might be thinking like, why are you giving away all your things for $9? Because it makes me so happy, because it gives me joy. And I love hearing from you guys that do it and implement it. And that a lot of the work is done for you, right? A lot of the work is done for you. Okay, so the next thing that we're doing is we're offering Black Friday to clients. We're going to email them personally, one-on-one each, and we're going to text them. Then we're also going to be suggesting some products. So we're going to suggest like, hey, do you want to order that book you've always wanted? Do you want that wall art? So we're going to be working on some different things to be sending them to get them just getting, oh, max light. Just to be getting them those products that I think that they want, right? Like, you don't have to feel like a salesperson. Who doesn't want a beautiful image of themselves on their wall in their bedroom, right? It's just because if they didn't get it before, the timing wasn't right, they didn't have the funds, whatever. Now they're at home all day, probably in their PJs, and they're like, yeah, I want that thing on my wall. So just try, you guys, and don't just shoot an email. Their inbox is freaking packed right now. Send a text message. If you don't want to send it from your cell phone, get an app where it's your business phone and you can send a text message. There's different ways to do this, but suggest a product. If you don't have a ton of clients, a ton of past clients, that's okay. Let's say you only have 10 past clients. Send them an image mock it up in a frame, you know, in Photoshop, mock it up in a frame and say, I think this would be beautiful on your bedroom. I'm doing a promotion right now. And you don't have to just mention COVID. They know why you're doing a promotion. You're a small business. And say, like, I could ship this to you. You could have it in a couple weeks. I think this would be awesome. You don't like this picture? Let's do something else. There are so many different things we could do. Okay, so that is cash flow priority number one if cash flow is an issue. Regardless of cash flow, I think, again, hands are getting big. Sorry, I don't know why that happens. The next thing I want to do as a community is to do something that I'm calling the hashtag support your photog movement. And also second hashtag is social distancing is sexy. So I think this could be bigger than Boudoir. I think this could be for all portrait photographers across the board. So the support your photog is the hashtag that all of us portrait photographers will use. As boudoir photographers, we'll also ask our clients to hashtag social distancing is sexy. And I think what we want them to do, and you can make a contest out of this if you really want to do it right. I think if we have time, we might make or if we need to, we might make a contest out of it for our clients. But what I like is people are at home. They don't have a lot to do. Women always want an excuse to post a beautiful photo of themselves. You're giving them that excuse, not excuse, that reason. And then to tag you, so tag your studio and do those hashtags. Also, if you tag us, we'll repost it. And we have a pretty big following, and these days I'm also promoting a lot of posts, so you might get seen in other ways. But I think it's just, if we start all doing this at once, you could get a lot of traction for your business. A lot of, I think these days, just that kind of that's everything, right? Like big companies pay social, or influencers, big companies pay influencers to be posting all this stuff about their company, but you don't have to have a big following. Like these people that are reposting, it doesn't matter if they only have 150 followers, because those are engaged followers. Those are their people, right? So, this could benefit you. It could bring joy and value to your clients, and it could create, the more that we do this together, you guys, I truly, truly believe in this, but we have to do it. We have to actually do it. Is just make a post, put it out there. It's, you know, it's not going to get traction right away. You probably have to repost it a few different times. You probably have to tag some clients. You might even have to text, like I did. I text some friend clients and ask them, hey, will you do this, so that I can repost and show the momentum. So let me show my screen real quick. So we did something like this. Photogs and clients want to give your local small business some love in this strange time. We're starting a fun movement. Clients post what your favorite images we've taken to you and use these hashtags. Then I reached out to people, and this is one that Mia did, which I love. And she did quite a few. So then we reposted it as well. So now her community is seeing this, our community is seeing it to get on board. You guys, let's do this. Like, let's do this. I think that it would be an amazing thing for us to all be doing together. I have a Facebook group called I Am a Boudoir Photographer. And if you've done it, share with us, and let's start an engagement pod in there. Here's another thing. If we are in that group, in that Facebook group of mine that has like almost 4,000 photographers, we could be engaging and commenting on each other's stuff to rise it up. You guys, like right now, we need each other more than ever. We need to support each other more than ever, and we're in this together. So I love this idea. This is one of the reasons I wanted to do this whole live. I have a lot more ideas, but I think that's big. Okay. Next up on my my very important list here. Okay, so I mentioned this, we're going to reopen that Black Friday sale. Not only are we doing that, but here's why I want to reopen the Black Friday sale and not just launch a new promotion. But if you want to not have it be Black Friday, so I think people are going to kind of get like, oh my gosh, we're doing something special for you. We're just going to reopen our Black Friday sale, which is our biggest sale of the year. That's cool. If you want to make a special promotion out of it, I understand that too. For us, we don't have time. I have a lot to do right now. There's no Netflix and chill in this house, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying. I got distracted because I all of a sudden pictured all of the boxes in my house that have not been unpacked, but that is not a priority right now. The reason I want to do this is because there were so many people that went to our Black Friday sale that didn't buy. And I'm just going to retarget it to them. So in Facebook, I can create an ad. And again, this is in probably more, a little bit Marissa's world, more in like the catapult strategy I created, which I'll talk about that later. But like there's Marissa's world, just $16 a month, so much information there. And there's the catapult strategy, which is like, this is if you want to grow your business, like freaking leaps, leaps, leaps and bounds. This is big stuff. Okay, so back to what I was saying. If you want more on that, it's in both of those. We're going to retarget our Black Friday sale. Hang on, let me make sure this is recording me because that would be sad if it wasn't. Okay, we're going to retarget our Black Friday sale to the people that didn't buy. So the way that we do this is in Facebook, we're going to run an ad to anybody who hit this page in our pixel but didn't hit this page. Again, this is way too advanced for a quick live, so I'm going to keep going. But if you want to learn more about it, go to the catapult strategy. I'll talk about it later. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is do an email sequence about that. And if you don't see an email sequence for clients about that, that's probably because we didn't necessarily need to do it. But if we do need to, for cash flow reasons, for calendar reasons, we're also going to do a whole email sequence. Number 4 that I want to do with our priorities is to bring joy and value to our clients as much as possible. If you don't have a Facebook group, build a Facebook group right now. I know that one of the gals in the catapult strategy with me, she's a photographer named Colleen. She's amazing. Her Facebook group is bomb. She probably has one of the biggest Facebook groups for boudoir photographers that there is. And excuse me, not boudoir photographers. As a boudoir photographer, she has one of the biggest Facebook groups for potential clients. She did like how to take a sexy selfie, and I hope I'm getting this right, Colleen, or how to take a sexy selfie, little tutorial in there. And she said that the people in her group just loved it. And then they were like, okay, we want a book. We did it. We want a book. We got a taste of it. It's just a way for you to engage. I think that the more that they have access to you, the more that they get to know you, the more they're going to be invested in, I mean, your brand is the wrong word. The more they're going to be invested in the beauty of what you do and who you are and your mission, and be comfortable with you, which is an essential part of being a boudoir photographer. So build a group and just every day bring joy. I don't care if you start out in that group and you have 5 people listening. It doesn't matter. Your job is just to show up and make people laugh, make people happy, share a story. Everybody loves stories, you guys. Build a tribe. Like, this is your chance to build a tribe, to grow. I think one of the most beautiful things about owning the Boudoir Divas the past 15 years, I can't believe it's been 15 years, it's bananas, is that we have this tribe of women that, honestly, it's one of the greatest joys in my life. I'm going to get sappy, but you have to start somewhere, right? If that's something that you want, you have to start somewhere. Number 5, we're going to focus on an opt-in series. And what I mean by that, and in Marissa's world, I have this episode I made, and it's like the least favorite episode to watch, probably because I named it Your Email Emergency. But honestly, I think it's the most important episode I've made, because I don't think that people truly understand how to grow an email list, how vital an email list is to your business, and what to do with that email list. In fact, I'm going to venture to say that most people don't quite understand it. They think it seems so obvious, and maybe like on the surface, what you do with all that seems obvious, but there is so much more to that. And yeah, so this could be your chance to build and grow. Maybe, you want to come out of this thing booking clients and like having your calendar full. Your email list is one of the most important tools you can use to do just that. So you're going to have to focus on an opt-in campaign. And by campaign, I don't mean spending a lot of money. You could do a contest. You could encourage friends to share about it. You could even do something that's like, hey, support my business and share this with your friends, kind of a thing. Like, there's just so many different things. But your email opt-in list is, I know you guys know this. Your email opt-in list, your email sequence is one of the most important parts of marketing. All right, and next 6, again, we're going down the cash flow line. If cash flow isn't a huge priority for you, then number 6 could be your priority. And this is an amazing time to focus on your branding, on your portfolio, on your automation. There is so much we can be doing for this business than being stagnant. So imagine emerging as just like this beautiful butterfly out of the cocoon as, oh, I have all of this, like, look at this whole world online you can go look at about my business, and just having this website that just has such rich content and so many different like little roads for them to get caught down. The more time they invest on your website, the more time they're investing in you, and the more likely they are to book a shoot. So make sure that you have so much content, beautiful content, clear content on your website that they can get lost in it in a good way. That you have an updated portfolio. Maybe this is your time to go through and update and find pictures and ask for model releases. Maybe this is your time, and this is April's idea from our Catapult group, to take pictures, beautiful pictures of all of your products. Create an a la carte menu, or create a gallery on your website where they can see what they can get and start putting in their mind what beautiful products they're going to have from you. Maybe it's your time to set up automation. I am all about the online booking, the automation, the upsells online before they even walk in your door. They have been kind of taken through a sales process already. That is in episode number 4. That is a huge mission. I think that's mission number 8 in the Catapult strategy. That's big, you guys. So this is a time for us to be working on all those things. Again, I think that how fortunate are we that this is our job, that this is what we get to do. I'm not wrapping up quite yet, but I just wanted to take a pause to say that, like, this should be fun. And yeah, there's going to be hiccups. You're going to want to like punch your computer in the face 10 times while doing this. I get that. But at the same time, like, if you can get to a mindset where you're joyful doing this, I just think that that is the way that this beautiful universe works. If you are feeling faith and joyful, and not, if you can get to a mindset where you feel gratitude while doing these things, that it's going to pay you back tenfold. Actually, I don't know why it seems to work that way, but I think we can all see the patterns in the world and how that happens, and it's a beautiful thing. Another thing I want to touch on is, if you feel like you're a little bit in trouble, it is okay to ask for help. It is okay to reach out to your community, to us on I Am a Boudoir Photographer, and say, I'm feeling lost right now. I need some encouragement. I'm in trouble cash flow wise with my business. What are some ideas? It's okay to ask your clients for help, or even like potential clients or friends of clients, and say, like, it's tough not doing shoots. There's ways that you can support me. You could give me a Yelp or a Google review. You could go onto my Facebook page and post a comment, or like, basically, I think one of the most powerful testimonials is a social media testimonial, where it's like they post onto your page and you can screenshot it. I always kind of like, if I haven't asked for it particularly, I like just blur out the last name. But then you're screenshotting an actual social media comment. Those are worth so much money, you guys. You can ask people to support you, and that is 100% okay. Whether it's in support of just like, I need some encouragement, whether you need actual practical solutions and some brainstorming, that's in I'm a Boudoir Photographer. You guys ask a question in there, tag me in it, and I will do my best to respond. There's just different ways that we can help each other and get through this together. I believe as boudoir photographers, there is enough business to go around. You can't have a lack mentality. You cannot have a scarcity mentality. That energy will just feed back into you in a negative way. I believe that every woman should have a photo shoot, and not just once, but multiple times in her lives. I can't handle that kind of volume. I think there's like 30 million women in the US. So that means that there's plenty of business for you too, and you, and you, and you. So I think that it's important that we help and support each other during this time. It can be such a beautiful thing for us. All right, you guys, I'm going to close this by saying that I'm giving away my best stuff for just $9.99. I put together, again, my greatest joy to help you guys in this season, especially in such a weird and difficult time. I put together the Black Friday episode, where I know for a fact, like testimonials saying that they did 4 times what they'd ever done in the past for a promotion. It doesn't have to be Black Friday. You can use it for any sort of promotion. I'm putting together, you can get my next next April episode of Marissa's World, which is a specific implementable, is that a word? I think so. Plan, easy plan. I'm going to try to do all the work for you to take care of your business when in crisis, right? So you can pick and choose what you want out of there, but more than anything, to plan ahead for crisis and then to know what to do when you're in it, whether you're in it or you're planning ahead for it, it's going to happen as a business owner. So that is my next Marissa's World episode. I am going to be speaking with some mentors on there, and there's going to be so many aha mind nuggets in there. That is going to be in the Rise Up pack that I'm giving you guys. I named it Rise Up because this is for such a time as this right now, you guys. It is not time to sit on our hands, or when this is done, be caught with our pants around our ankles. This is our time to freaking rise up and take care of ourselves and believe in our big dream and our purpose and our mission. So I believe in that, and that's why I'm doing all this for just $9. So in this pack, you're going to get the Black Friday downloadable. Basically, there's templates in there, emails. I tried to do all the work for you, you guys. Then there's going to be the April episode of Marissa's World about crisis, and that is just going to, it's going to be a heart stir, but it's also going to give you so much practical knowledge. I think that's a must. And then also it's going to have the first catapult mission, which is about mindset and setting intention. We're not going to get through any of this if our energy is off, if our mindset is off, if we have a lack mentality, if we lose motivation, all the different things. I am there to help you and support you in the best way that I can to make sure that up here feels good, which then here is going to feel good, and then it's going to trickle out into the rest of your life. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. All that for just $9. So I basically did $9 to cover the cost of putting all this together and taking away my attention from my actual studio. But again, my greatest joy is to give to you guys, to go check that out. If you're already a part of Marissa's World, then the catapult strategy is probably for you, probably ready for that next step. And what's cool is I'm going to be going live and doing all the corresponding videos 6 through 12 live the second week of April. So if you've been worrying about the catapult strategy, honestly, there's no worrying. It is life-changing, you guys. And there's so many different testimonials. Click on the link to read about them. I know that this will help you, and it's not a ton of work. It really isn't. It's a few hours here and there that will change your life, get you to your big, beautiful dream, whether that's boudoir or just portrait photography. It works for either. I believe in this so much, you guys. It is powerful. It is powerful stuff. Okay. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for giving me your time. I know it is precious. And yeah, I want to hear from you. Please, how do I hear from you? Let's chat. And I am a boudoir photographer, or if you're in the Marissa's World Facebook group, let's chat in there. Anyways, I love you guys. You make my life so meaningful and purposeful, and together let's change the world. Not cheesy, it's actually real. We're changing the world, you guys. Making women come alive, making them feel good, making them feel fierce, opening up their imagination, all these beautiful things that we do together as boudoir photographers. So, or even portrait photographers, not just boudoir photographers. All right, guys, love ya. Talk to you later. Bye.